Hello, welcome to the presentation of our project. It is a book called Inteligencia Sintética that works with the skills of Amazon Alexa. Summary of progress made between deliveries. In the first delivery, we presented a great investigation on artificial intelligence. At this point, we had not yet defined our project well. We didn't know what was going to be our final product. The only thing we were sure about was that the final product was going to be something help people get interested in artificial intelligence. Even though we didn't know what that was going to be our final product, we were on time with our task as planned. No matter what the final product was going to be, we still had to the investigation. In the second delivery, we defined the project requirements. We talked with the teacher and they gave us and helps us desire to do an Amazon Alexa skill. After that, we designed the use case, did some tests to the skills, and started coding the skills. We used the previous investigation to obtain curious facts and answer to the simple questions the user could make. And finally, we start coding the skill. In the third delivery, we are delivering a fully functional skill. We not only manage to finish coding the skill, but we also uploaded our skill into the Amazon Alexa skill store. Our skill had the Amazon Alexa skill store requirements to get uploaded. We are on time with our goals and we managed to deliver on time all our programmed tasks.
Summary of the product in terms of the development phases. Requirements. After 3 phases of refinement, we finally have our definitive requirements. And they are divided in 2 sections: user requirements and system requirements. Our user requirements are the same as in the second delivery. Broadly speaking, our user requirements can be summarized in 5 statements. 1. That the skill has queries about AI. 2. That the skill is easy accessible. 3. That the skill has frequently asked questions. 4. That the skill has clear explanations. 5. That the skill has daily curious facts. Once we had the user requirements, we define the system requirements, which are divided in functional and non-functional. The functional requirements can be summarized with 7 statements. The bot has to be made for Alexa. The skill has to be accessible on different devices. The skill has to be interactive. The skill has to give an introduction the first time in opening. The skill has to give correct answers. The skill has to give simple explanations. The skill has to give daily curious facts. The non-functional requirements can be summarized 5 statements. The bot has to be made for Alexa. The skill needs internet. The skill needs 3 basic intents to be accepted in the Alexa store. The skill only will be available in Spanish. The skill only allows 1 million requests to the server per month.
The second phase are the designing phase. In the designing phase, our final products are the use case diagram, skill logo, skill logic, and user experience. We don't have user interface because our project is a bot that works with voice commands and doesn't have an interface. For the use cases, we made user stories. Then, based on those user stories, we made the use cases which can be summarized with four statements: summon bot, first interaction, curiosities, frequently asked questions. This is a logic diagram of our skill. This is a use case diagram we designed. And finally, this is our logo. The next phase is the coding phase, for which every developer worked on a different characteristic of the skill. We started with a code base that Alexa KitKit offers, which gave us a clear idea for the possible interaction that skills can have. Then we made the basic intents which are necessary for the skill. Then we made our intent get dato curioso, which is the intent that gives the curious fact and also integrate the next intent. After that, we made a database that stores the curious data, an API to communicate the skills with the database. Then we modified the launch intent so that the skills give us an introduction the first time we open it. And finally, we sent our skill to be reviewed by Amazon. They rejected the skill by name, so we changed the name for Ingenio Artificial to Inteligencia Sintética. After we changed the name, the skill was accepted and the skill is now available on the store.
The last development phase is the testing phase. Throughout the project, we made many tests. The first test we made was when we were looking at the feasibility of the project and we tested the Alexa and Amazon services. And indeed, the project was feasible. Throughout the coding phase, we did three different tests: alpha test, unit test, and integration test. For the test, each team member installed the voice assistant Alexa to test the skills. The codes were implemented from the Alexa Skill Kit console and alpha tests were carried out. Unit tests were also carried out on the intents of the skill and we tested all the intents. An example of the unit test we made is the launch intent test. We made this test to verify that the skills start when pronunciating the phrase Alexa, abre Inteligencia Sintética. We also did integration tests to verify that the system worked properly and this led us to implement the subsystem test which verifies all the content is correct. Once we finished coding the skill, system and user tests were made to assure the skill was working correctly. After this, all the skill was tested, we test all the intents to assure it gives the correct answers and we also test the API. Throughout the project, we learned various lessons and new skills. Some of the lessons we learned are that responsibility and punctuality are very important to be able to achieve your goals. Keeping everything in order is very important. We can do more than we imagine. We have much potential. Doing a project with a methodology is easier than doing it without one. Agile methodologies are very useful. And comparing what we learned theoretically and practically, knowing that theory helps us very much to learn even more in practice. Theory and practice are very close. Some examples of this are that theoretically we learn that to have a successful final product we needed a good team. And practically we confirmed that and found better ways to have team communication. Theoretically, we learn different frameworks and practically we use that knowledge to decide which framework to use. Theoretically, we learn to use Scrum sprints and backlogs and practically we learn how to use sprints and backlogs in Monday, which is a program we use to keep track of our tasks.
Skills acquired. Throughout the project, we've acquired many skills, and many of the skills we acquired are related to the course competence. We are going to list the competence and see which ones we acquired. Analysis, the software engineering development as a professional discipline. Yes, we totally acquired. Analysis, the software engineering profile based on the curricular models. Yes, we totally acquired. Analysis, the principal methods, techniques, procedures used in the development phases. Yes, we partially acquired it and helped us finish efficiently our project. Discriminates the software lifecycle model at the start of a project. Yes, we totally acquired it and use it much to organize our project. Identifies the human factors that contribute to the success or failure of the software process. Yes, we totally acquired it and help us organize and distribute tasks and responsibilities to successfully finish our project. Course review. For us, the course was very entertaining, dynamic, and very educational. We are satisfied. Our favorite part was the guest talks because they showed more than a theory. They also showed us their personal experience, and we think that experience of someone that has years working is very valuable. The guest talk also inspired us. Seeing former YD students being successful inspires us, make us see that if they could do it, you can do it too. We think the course activities were adequate and there is not much to improve, but maybe more guest talks would be great. We want to congratulate the teacher Edgar and Jose Luis for the excellent work they make. Metrics. And finally, this is our metrics.
To obtain the metric, we first calculate the estimate time that it will be take us to do the homework. Then we calculate the difficulty. The estimate time is measured in hours and the difficulty has three possible values: easy, normal, and difficult.
And here's a video of our skill.
Alexa, abre Inteligencia Sintética.
Hola, soy una skill para tu dispositivo Alexa y puedo ayudarte con datos curiosos y respondiendo a tus preguntas sobre inteligencia artificial, que podrían ser interesantes para tu aprendizaje. Todos los días me estoy actualizando, para traer el mejor contenido para ti. Espero llevarme bien contigo y espero que podamos aprender juntos. Cuando necesites ayuda o dudas de lo que puedo hacer, puedes decir, ayuda. Ahora, como primera instrucción puedes decirme, dime un dato curioso, o dame el dato curioso del día.
Dime un dato curioso.
¿Sabías que? John McCarthy, en 1995 usó por primera vez el término inteligencia artificial, en una conferencia, que explicaba los principios del aprendizaje automático. ¿Te digo la siguiente curiosidad?
Sí.
Los coches más inteligentes, como los Tesla, Volvo, y de otras empresas, pueden conducirse solos por la ciudad. Algo muy loco, ¿verdad? ¿Quieres otra curiosidad?
Dime el dato curioso del día.
Mis sistemas indican que el dato curioso de hoy es, ¿sabías qué? Compresoread, es una banda de rock duro, compuesta por 6 robots, creados por Frank Barnes, un artista británico afincado en Berlín. Muy interesante, prueba mañana con el mismo comando y obtendré nueva información para ti.
Tengo una duda.
Te puedo ayudar respondiendo algunas de las siguientes preguntas más frecuentes. ¿Qué es la inteligencia artificial? ¿Cómo funciona el aprendizaje automático? ¿Por qué es importante la inteligencia artificial? Si quieres saber qué otras preguntas puedo responder, repite el mismo comando, o dime, tengo una duda.
¿Por qué es importante la inteligencia artificial?
Respondiendo a tu pregunta, la inteligencia artificial tiene un impacto significativo en la creación, producción y distribución de bienes y servicios de índole económica y cultural. Está impulsando cada vez más importantes avances en todos los ámbitos y sectores. Resulta cada vez más evidente que comenzará a desempeñar un gran número de tareas rutinarias que, hasta ahora, han sido realizadas por los humanos. Ahora que sabes esa información puedes compartirla con tus amigos. Si quieres más información de las preguntas que puedo responder, dime, tengo una duda.
Ayuda.
Hola, estoy aquí para ayudarte, te indico mis funciones básicas. Puedes decirme, dime un dato curioso, y te diré algo interesante sobre la inteligencia artificial. También puedo responder algunas preguntas frecuentes sobre el tema. Prueba diciendo, tengo una duda. ¿Qué te gustaría intentar?
Dime un dato curioso.
En 1982, Dickmans consiguió que un vehículo eléctrico pudiese moverse, a la derecha e izquierda, gracias a su visión artificial. Fue el nacimiento de los vehículos autónomos. ¿Te digo otra curiosidad?
No.
Adiós.